So as I've gotten older, I've learned to like just listen.
As a grown woman, you said you didn't want somebody breaking in your Airbnb. I've as an ex-basketball player, we've flown women out all the time.
A privileged N-word. That's what you called yourself. I said, well, if it's a problem, I will find my place. I will find me somewhere to stay. You said, well, it's okay. I'll just put you in a 3-star hotel on the side of the road, but I'm not coming back.
Why most athletes, when we talk about the culture, that's why I came on the show to talk about 8 white women.
If you don't like black women or black men, get the freak out of this space. Oh! Don't sit there and rag and drag black culture for months and months and months and then still want to be at the cookout. You don't get to choose what part of black culture you like and then throw away the rest. Like, oh yeah, man, I love being black. Support my business. But I can't stand them black women though. Get the freak out. Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here with my lovely, wonderful, fantabulous wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
And we back. We back with the Arlette content. You feel what I'm saying? Things is back in order. Things is back going the way they need to go. That's all y'all need to be worried about is the fact that we back. All right, so we got a lot of content to catch up on. So, hey, expect the frequent drops, but we're gonna be dropping some other stuff along with it. That way y'all can start supporting our other content, because some of y'all say y'all do, but I ain't seen no likes on the video or comments on the video.
Well, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's been people supporting. It's just not the amount that
support this. You feel what I'm saying?
Which is fine. It is what it is.
It's all good.
We'll still be streaming Tuesdays and Wednesdays for y'all though.
100%. Tuesdays, Wednesdays are still stream days, and the plan does not change. All right, we just got more videos for to be dropping. Hey, do us a favor though. Like the video. You feel me? Like, leave a comment. It helps us out more than you know. All right, today we got the Derrick and Sevena catch up. Let's do it. I know y'all ain't heard that in a while.
Bro, I missed this.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette.
What the freak going on here?
I think there were episode...
What happened to the back of your trunk, brother? You spilled something? Like,
get out of his car, bro.
And we are joined here today by Derrick and Sevena. Welcome. How y'all feeling?
I'm great. I hope everyone's okay.
We gotta go up top,
Derrick,
Alex.
how are you?
No.
We gotta go up top.
We really don't have to.
All right, then we gonna stay here then. But if she get mad because we covering her, that's your fault.
Man.
I'm alright.
Who's here first?
No.
I don't like this energy. What's going on?
I'm alive and well. You know what I mean?
She look like she ready to fight.
I picked up my kids, so I'm good.
All right. Well, that's always good to hear. So we did have you both on episode 54 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you guys ended up matching.
So 52.
Is it a yes for you for her?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it a yes for you for him?
Yes, it is.
We got a match. I'll take the mic.
She don't look as bubbly.
And you guys can go on up, make some noise for them, guys. And now, so Sevena, you were actually talked about quite a lot in the comments. People loved your personality. They loved how bubbly you were.
Bubbly.
Are people usually drawn to you? Like, do you get that type of like comments a lot?
I get it a lot. I mean, people often consider me a people's person. I'm very relatable, so I get that a lot.
Okay, good.
It's just a part of my outgoing personality.
And we love to see it. All right. And now for Derrick, there were also quite a few comments about you as well. There were some, Lakers fans that were like, hey, I remember Derrick, all of that good stuff. Do you get recognized when you're out in person because of that? Or is that something that's kind of like died down over the time?
No, I do. I tell people in Jersey, I feel like the Jesus of Nazareth, like people always know that I'm there, but they don't really.
You feel like the Jesus of Nazareth? Hey, bro, you already pissed me off that fast. That boy, bro, he didn't piss me off in 3 minutes, dog. Come on, gang. No.
We want to speak, especially like I said, the things I'm involved with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Focused on sharing my story, helping the youth. Really a community guy, so it's
y'all stop comparing yourself to Jesus, man. Y'all not him. Y'all will never be him.
So, the same everything I said on television, I'm the same way in real life.
Okay, good. All right, well then let's go ahead and dive right on into what everyone is here for. Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
We did go on a date.
Oh, wait, whoa. We not on the same page now, are we? He said no. She said yes. I said I don't know because I don't know none of these people.
I said confusion.
He got a bald head.
We did go on a date. The next day after the show, we didn't go on a date that night. That was solely because of me. So the next day.
That is so cringy.
Let it. What happened?
That is so cringy.
What happened?
She just going on, and that brother said no. That brother said no, we ain't going no date.
We did meet up. I met him at his hotel, and we proceeded for brunch. The brunch date went pretty good. I did learn that Derrick is a blogger, and he blogged during the beginning of our date. He carries this JBL, just like a JBL speaker or something of that nature. That was kind of a bit overwhelming for me because, we're in a setting that's playing music, and then here's Derrick with his music. And so.
What? Wait, what? Well, we vlogging right now. Their music is not copyright free, but this is copyright free right now. So I'm vlogging the date right now. Because if I record this, what?
Buddy showed up to the date, bumping his JBL speaker, bro.
What is happening? No, he gotta explain that one. He gotta explain that one for real. Cause I
ain't no way Buddy was at the dinner date, at the brunch date, bumping his own music. So disrespectful, bro.
Oh my
gosh, dang, bro. No, and he's smiling about it, bro.
That's like when you go to Forever 21 and they be bumping music and you come bring your own speaker just to shop and find clothes.
Yeah, if you don't get out of here with your iPhone, your iPod Touch, man.
And then here's Derrick with his music. And so, we kind of got some eyes with that. I'm not a person that's big on attention. So I kind of felt like that was unnecessary or whatnot. But we ate brunch, we talked, we hung out. I tried to get a feel of him. I think the same. He tried to get a feel of me or whatnot. And then he kind of went back to his blogging thing. But I'll let him speak in regards to that.
Yeah,
okay.
Speak
so
up,
Derrick,
Derrick.
When I asked, I think you said no.
Speak.
You shook your head no?
I didn't think that was a date. I literally thought we were just catching up, because like she said, she didn't go out. She had some girlfriends in town or people that support her in the show that I guess she was doing dinner with them for the night. So even though I was like, that threw me off a little bit. I was like, all right.
That's a date. Do you know her?
What are you?
What is a date? Data collecting. You don't know her, so it's a date. Y'all went out to brunch. I can understand if y'all was old friends as y'all was catching up. The difference is when you catch up with a friend, you already know that friend. Y'all don't know each other. Y'all getting to know each other. That was a date.
Apparently not.
If it was, well, I guess it wasn't then, because he probably wouldn't have brought the speaker if it was a date.
He probably would have. He blocked it.
Respectful. It was already late. The recording went a little later. When I met her the next day, I'm just gonna still be myself. A lot of times when we go into some of these establishments that are corporate, they're playing something I'm not really particularly fond of. So I put on. I don't know if I had jazz playing or just some instrumentals, but I didn't think it was too out of alignment from the mood I was trying to set with her. Because at first we were just walking around.
You don't like a corporate
weren't like,
curated playlist.
hey, I got reservations here or there. We were still just trying to figure out where we were gonna go. So just so there wasn't like no awkward. I just usually I play some music. You know, this is the first time I'm hearing it.
Was y'all outside?
Bro, I don't give a crap if they was outside, if they was inside. I don't care if they was in a car. It's just the fact that like
I'm gonna bump some music in the car.
Listen to the point before you respond, my dear. I was about to say
that's hard.
It's the first video back and you home me already? Never mind, y'all. She hold me.
We left, departed from each other. It was very hard to get in contact with her until the production, you guys called me, and it wasn't something that was like as organic of what I was looking for. Like you said, she was bubbly, and maybe I'm a little spoiled from my last life. If I'm like attracted to somebody, we're attracted to each other. There's usually like we want to be around each other. You know, I had arranged. I got a flight. I got an Airbnb. You know, she ghosted me. She didn't come. So that was new.
How soon after did you do all of that?
Ooh. You go. Okay, it's just all over the place. Because first we got Homeboy bringing his own theme music to the environment, bumping his own lo-fi beats at the
elevator
table.
Music.
Oh no, he in a luxury restaurant bumping lo-fi, and then the waiter's looking at him like, "What?" You feel me? You got people looking at me like it's awkward, but then it's like on her end, it's like, well, we don't know the context yet, but what's been claimed is he went out of his way to go see her and get an Airbnb and all that stuff, and Airbnb. I had a hiccup, but went out and did all that just so she didn't show up. That's crazy.
So you said you bought her a flight and you booked an Airbnb and she didn't.
For this past weekend, I was bringing her to New Jersey. You know.
Okay.
On me, and I just felt like.
Oh, so wait, he booked her flight in the Airbnb and she still didn't show up. All right, that's disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie.
Did she agree to it?
He wouldn't have did it if she didn't. I don't imagine there's a world where a guy would be like, I'm about to book this flight and Airbnb with your name and information.
You'd be surprised, but yeah, I agree with you.
I'm trying to be very careful with my words, but almost like if it was like reaching, you know, it wasn't appreciative, you know. It was like you got me
she
Airbnb.
Laughed in his face,
and I'm like, maybe because I led when I was a basketball player, she was looking for a 5-star, 6-star hotel. I wasn't sure like what happened, you know. But maybe I'm just running my mouth right now, but. I thought it was something different. Where
nah, she agreed. Nah, bro. All right, now she just. All right, you gotta stand on business now. Nah, because she. You said maybe I'm running my mouth, and she over there like, yeah, you are. Nah, stand on business now, because now there's no love or there's no sympathy gonna come from this side, from her side of the catch up towards you. So my thing is, at the end of the day, now that the gloves is off and you clearly see that she not gonna co-sign what you saying or try to sympathize with what you saying. You might as well just call a spade a spade. She ghosted you. Stand on business. Don't try to sympathize with it, because clearly she not on your team right now. So you got to just say your truth, man.
A little more.
No, go ahead.
I'm trying to understand everything that he's saying, because
he's saying maybe she wanted somebody who was like 5 stars, somebody who was more extravagant. Because he was just doing things the same way he did it when he was in his NBA career.
How long ago was that? You're comparing things to your past dating experiences when people knew.
I mean, he's still pretty well known.
I didn't know who that man was.
Yeah, you don't watch basketball, but it's like he's basically saying all the stuff that he did was stuff that he does occasionally. But he's also saying maybe that was not what she expected when she heard NBA player. Maybe she was expecting like 5-6-star restaurants, him to go all out, be fancy, like extravagant. And he was like, I bought her the Airbnb. Maybe she expected like a fancy hotel instead of an Airbnb and stuff like that. So he's basically trying to say like maybe her standards were too high for him. Like maybe he couldn't meet her standards. Like maybe she expected more. And she's disagreeing. So Shade finna come out either way.
Organic, but
Okay, so after that
Can I
first,
speak real quick in reference to the date night? That
yeah, so I'm gonna
night,
get back to that, Sevena.
Okay.
So,
I apologize.
so once you guys went to brunch, after that, did you guys keep communicating, or was it
we did.
obviously you did? Okay,
She
just
angry.
wanted to double check on that. And then Sevena, you said you wanted to jump in and ask about something.
Okay, yeah. So that night he said that I wanted to go and have lunch with my
Hold on, we gonna go up because I need to be out the way. I feel like I'm getting talked to. She ain't talking to me. I ain't did it to her. There you go. We up here. We upstairs. With
friends. I actually told him that I wasn't feeling well. I have an illness called a vascular necrosis disease. And I wasn't really able to tell him about my illness that night, but standing up, waiting, walking backwards. I told him that, my ankles and my knees were aching. That was the reason for me not going out to eat, not to go hang with my friends or etc. I told you that was my reason. Even while you were walking and we were blogging, I told you I didn't mind the walk, but I have issues with my knees where I was cut off several times because you were blogging. And I couldn't tell you at that moment what my reason for, walking slowly was. And then some of the music was appropriate, but I don't think it's appropriate to play a song by Chris Brown called The N-Word in public where they're...
Oh, she talking about, what up, Mott? What up, Mott?
That freeze frame is crazy. Arlette is like, oh, no, Lord.
What up, Mott? What's up, Mott? Hey, that was a banger in high school, though.
I don't remember that.
If I play it for you, I bet you know exactly what song it is. Hold on, I got you.
I
Hold on.
hope not.
Hold on. Yeah, man. She don't remember the song. I remember it because they used to play that song on Vine. And every racing culture was doing that song, and we just couldn't say nothing about it. Black people just had to hold that.
No, that song is trash. Just from what I listen to, it's trash. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa.
Don't like it.
That was a mustard beat.
Nice beat.
That's crazy. All right, I don't know. We just said I don't agree with that sentiment. That's on her, bro.
He's singing "What Up My End" with Lil Dicky. Oh, okay. No, I'm good.
Nah, you hoeing. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Because if you didn't like that song, you didn't like any song that Chris Brown dropped because they were all the same beat,
That's not his song. That's a feature. That's a difference.
But the song was only known because of him. Nobody cared that Lil Dicky was the original.
Yeah, I don't listen to Lil Dicky.
Yeah, because they didn't even play on radio. They didn't even play his part. They only played like Chris Brown's part.
Yeah, they were smart not to do that. That's crazy.
Multiple races that are around looking at us, listening to this music.
I understand what you're saying. Like I said, I wish I was, that was brought to my attention then. I apologize if, it rubbed you the wrong way.
No, you don't. Because he over here trying to be like, oh, I'm still be myself. I'm going to still be myself. It's the fact that it's not appropriate. We're going out, we're walking around people of all types of cultures and everything, and you're perpetuating a stereotype.
Not only that, it's like you're doing it on a date. You're doing it on an outing where like we're trying to get to know each other. That's just awkward and it's rude. So you're over there bumping your music. You're in a restaurant bumping this music. So you're being disrespectful to everybody that's around you. And my thing is you're bringing unnecessary attention to us because what if security would have came and said, y'all got to turn it off? You gonna argue? Well, I'm just being me. It's like, no, dog. Like, you're disrupting the flow of what's happening right now. If you was going to a Michelin star restaurant, would you bring the speaker?
Apparently he would, because that's him.
Nah, he needs to go by himself.
Yeah, bro. I don't know about that one. I understand being yourself. I can't agree to that one. That's being ghetto.
There's just some things you just don't do.
Yeah, let's call a spade a spade. That's ghetto. It's ghetto.
Okay.
You know, I just feel like I'm a
there's
person.
only one
It's
from the
a
ghetto.
time and place for everything, and I don't
Ghetto.
want to be
I'm from
sitting
the
by
ghetto.
somebody or waiting by somebody, and they're playing music that the song is literally titled "The N Word." I
I
would
didn't
feel
think you had a
uncomfortable.
problem
I
with
can
it.
only imagine how the other guests felt uncomfortable. So,
I
you
didn't think
know,
you were telling me about a story. You told the white gentleman that was a honorable Navy veteran to get out of your seat at the airport, and his wife. He was telling his wife how you felt about her too. So I didn't think that now playing my music and the N word was something like so far out of like,
What?
you know what I mean, where you
I wasn't
you
speaking it
address.
publicly. I was speaking it directly to you.
Nah, here's where it's getting crazy, right? Here's where it's getting crazy. I'm gonna move us down a little bit. Here's where it's getting crazy. It's the fact that he just tried to flip that. So she's saying, I don't think it's appropriate for us to be in a restaurant bumping what up my end, while there's people around us. And he was like, well, you were just telling me a story about how you were telling a Navy veteran to get up out your seat, and you was all that. Like, don't do that. It's like, we're talking about what you just did. Don't try to flip a story I told you about a previous time and be like, well, I don't see the problem with me bumping my music and it's saying the N-word. You told a Navy veteran to get up out an airline seat. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not it, bro. That's not a good argument at all, man. I'm not jacking that at all.
You, not amongst several other people, several other strangers. I was speaking that directly to you.
So did you tell him at the moment, Sevena, that did you ask him like, hey, are you able to turn off your music? Like, was that brought up at all, or?
You know what, Arlette? That's kind of one of those things. You know, some things you shouldn't have to tell a person being an adult. You should kind of know, you know, I'm in a setting, you know, with someone. I'm trying to get to know them. This is my date. Why am I playing additional music? And why am I playing this type music? You know,
Yeah.
he could have been playing anything, but it's just like, I shouldn't have to tell a grown man, you know, a 30-plus-year-old man that, you know, we shouldn't have additional music on an outing, you know, since he doesn't consider it a date.
Okay.
Furthermore, he spoke on attempting to bring me to New Jersey, but I feel like maybe we should talk about the group chat that was created that involved myself.
Not another group chat. No. Oh my gosh. No.
The cursed group chat.
Y'all can't stay out the group chats to save y'all tails. Dang. Who created it? Let me know.
The group chat, bro, it's to the point where
It's a curse.
people be talking about it. We got a homie on our Flock Talk that has somebody that's in the group chat, and it's just drama, bro. Just stop going to it. Get out of it. Y'all don't need to talk to these people. Y'all trying to unite on being contestants on a game show and have this unity, but y'all just so messy.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh my
And
goodness.
other women.
Someone else talked about your.
Spoke about.
And then he cutting her off. Come on, man.
Someone else talked about your. Not to cut you off. Somebody else talked about you. I never talked about you in that. So that's why I thought it was just a little chaotic. And we talk about being grown. We talk about
let
being
people
grown.
finish their thoughts. So,
Yeah.
Sevena,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you finish talking about
now.
the group chat, and then we'll hop over to Derrick. Let us know what's going on with the group chat.
What they say?
Okay, so there was like a group chat that I found out about. Apparently, it was started May 5th. It began May 5th. I got a notification on, I think that was May 19th. So I click on it. Of course, I've gotten several followers, so I just go in and I add.
Mm-hmm.
So I see this group chat, and I'm like, what's this? You know, this is new to me. I click on the group chat. I scroll up. I see screenshots of messages, etc., pictures of women, women not from the show that other guys have sent in, like, look at this.
Y'all turn the public group chat into y'all private Discord. That's crazy.
Just. Oh,
That's crazy. Y'all bugging out, bro. Y'all are tripping.
They don't know how this stuff works.
Y'all digital
doing
footprint.
whatever.
Yeah, y'all digital footprint is permanent, by the way.
Sheesh.
Other conversations from other people's personal text messages. And I know that was one of the things that was noted to us. No group messages, no group chats, nothing of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw this, I'm like, who the heck added me to this?
And this is on Instagram?
Yes, this was an Instagram group chat.
Oh, that's even worse.
So pretty much all of the guys from our episode were in this group chat. So they specifically stated in the group chat, don't add any women.
One of the
guys added myself along with my friend because he's been trying to communicate with my best friend who's not interested.
It's messy. Now it's messy.
It's only messy because you got caught, gang. It's only messy because y'all got caught. Y'all are funny.
And so, with that being said, I didn't like how I was described, one by Derrick as the girl with the scars on her knees in the cosmetic surgery.
That's not what I said.
Derrick, we're going to get to you, Derrick. Don't worry.
Let me see the message.
What message is that?
Pull them
I
out.
have screenshots, sweetie.
You can
I have
screenshot it.
screenshots.
You can
I have
screenshot it.
screenshots.
I wouldn't describe you like that. I didn't even describe you. That's fine.
Show me the evidence. Where is it at?
Pull it up. Exhibit A.
Pull it up.
Come on. Lay it out on the table right now.
She said she got screenshots. You just got word of mouth. Somebody lying. Somebody's not telling the truth.
I was described, let me quote unquote, I match with the girl with the scars on her knees in the cosmetic work. I have a name. My name is not scars on the knees in cosmetic work. My name is Sevena. He also stated that he wanted to go back on the show if I didn't step up.
That's why she ghosted you.
She caught you.
That's why she ghosted you.
You got 4K exposed, gang.
Cause you thought you was doing something, huh?
You thought you could sit there and sneak this and people wasn't gonna catch you lacking?
Yeah, so you wasted your money on that flight, buddy, and the Airbnb. I wouldn't have showed up neither.
Goofy.
And if I would have showed up, I would have just went out there to run your pockets dry. Fly right back home.
You gonna...
May 5th. We're still early on. Okay. He stated that the lady in green, whom was Jasmine, was his person. But he felt some type of way with her being cuddled up with a person who she popped on, whom I later learned was Simon.
Oh.
Which Simon is in my best friend, Mallory, Instagram, Miss Me with Dad. He's in her inbox constantly asking about the status of me and Derrick along with her. And he's stating that him and Jasmine are special friends. Again, anything that I say, I can provide proof.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's so messy.
Y'all are too old for this.
This is a great video to come back to.
Oh my god.
This is a great video to come back to.
Okay, we need to get a cross reference. Run it back.
Okay.
Run it back to I forgot what Jasmine looked like.
Dang,
in a green dress.
Hold on, bro. All right, let's do it, yo. Let's do it. We got deep dive. What episode was they on?
52. Oh, 54.
54.
I was about to say 52 in the beginning.
54.
So I'm like, okay.
Hold on. Let's do it. Let's take it there.
Oh, that's a green dress right there.
Oh, okay.
Which one is Simon though? I forgot which one is Simon.
Who did she match with?
Did she match? She did.
So she matched with him, or she did? Oh, she popped on him, I think. Yeah, she popped on him. Nah, y'all messy.
Nah, I can't remember which one Simon is.
Y'all messy, boy. Y'all messy.
All right, Derrick, let's go ahead and switch on over to you.
So literally, we spoke the time we were speaking before, I guess, production reached out and was like, hey, you got to, like she said, I was given an opportunity where it's just like, hey, let's just build and talk. And But once I got to know more of her personal love story, where she wasn't ever really loved incorrectly from my understanding, and not to put her personal business out there, her man isn't with her, separated. You know what I mean? They're no longer together for their personal reasons. She has a daughter. She's not looking to have any more kids. She already didn't align with me. So I wasn't looking for her for real love anymore at that point. But I said, hey, you never been to New Jersey. You never been to New York. As a friend, maybe we could do some content.
Nah, shut up. Nobody's falling for that. Nobody's. So you just told us, you put her separation situation out in public because it had nothing to do with what's being talked about.
Nothing.
And then you brung up her kid and her not wanting another kid. Okay, cool. That's fine. I guess if that doesn't align. But at that point when you felt like you didn't align, why else would you be flying a random woman out?
That's what I'm saying.
You're not flying her out so y'all can go play pool.
And what question? Why didn't you ask them questions on the show?
That part.
Because y'all matched. Y'all matched for a reason. So something must have aligned.
Unless it was lust. Because why are you flying her out if you know you don't align with her? What you flying her out for? I don't see no potential future with you. I don't see no potential anything with you. But I'm going to fly you out though. Come get you an Airbnb with me. Nah. We know what you want.
Nah, bro.
We not children, bruh. Stop playing.
Maybe we could figure. Maybe we could do something else. You know, it's part of like we had this great experience on the show, and I just literally bought her a ticket and an Airbnb as a friend. There was no more me trying to court or try to be with this lady at all. So it was like I'm hearing all this now after I spent $1,500
because it sounds stupid.
On a ticket, which is like I'll eat it, but it's like I never heard any of this before I purchased the ticket, before I purchased the Airbnb. I just got like, oh, I thought this was gonna be a hotel.
Nah, she laughing in that man's face because it sounds stupid. Call a spade a spade. This sounds dumb. You got caught sneak dissing in the group chat. You got caught talking about some other girl was the girl in green was the girl you really wanted. Your homeboy is going to her best friend talking about y'all. He probably the one that put her in.
Yeah, I guarantee you it was.
He probably the one that put her in.
Yeah.
Because her best friend probably was like, you should add her. You got caught, bruh.
It'll tell you who added you to the group chat as soon as you get in there.
Yeah, he probably the one that put you in. You got caught. You're caught.
I can't hold it anymore. I'm sorry, I gotta laugh.
Sorry, Savannah. Let's let him finish.
You know, so
okay.
It's like now I'm hearing this for the first time. We've been talking a week, maybe a week or two. I don't know the last time we recorded over there. It's the first time I'm hearing any of this.
Okay, so just to make sure I'm understanding everything correctly, so you're saying you kind of switched her into the friend zone after you heard that her ex.
Once she told me this after the first conversation, she wasn't trying to have more kids, and I want to have more kids. It was just kind of like, oh, all right. We didn't. Maybe we both was looking for like something that we didn't. Why did we pop? Why didn't we pop on the show? Or
why didn't you communicate
maybe I need to ask different questions. But
she didn't know she was friend zoned.
Go ahead.
Sorry. So when you bought like the ticket and you booked the Airbnb, what did you inform her that she's coming out there just as a friend?
Yeah, there was no expectations. I didn't have any expectations on Sevena. There hasn't been anything perverse I've been saying Sevena. Haven't asked her for any. Yo, what's that ass looking like? What's that cosmetic 6'4" bouncing like?
Hey, whoa.
Well, you just confirmed why you matched to begin with.
Yeah, because nobody was even thinking about all that. Bro, both times that cosmetic surgery has been brought up has been on your end. So I feel like you was probably throwing even more shade. Because she didn't even bring up her body. You're the one who keeps bringing up her body. You brung it up in the group chat, talking about the girl with the scars on her legs and the cosmetics. Bro, why are you stressing that? You're shady. You're shady.
And she admitted to having surgery on the show.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't understand.
Is that the only feature you noticed about her? You're shady.
I haven't been any way, shape, or form, even sexual towards Sevena. She is my witness right here on the phone. I haven't spoken to her that way. So,
but you're speaking about her that way.
Am I lying?
I'm just gonna let you talk so that I can
I'm
come
asking,
in.
but am I asking? Have I asked you anything sexually? Have I asked you, yo, what kind of draws you in? What are you doing? Like, it's all been friendly and just
You
respectful.
wouldn't get anywhere asking me nothing like.
Yeah. Who asking questions like that to begin with?
I gotta ask, is this what you wanted your legacy to be? Is this what you did all this for? Like, look me in my eyes when I asked it. Is this what you did this for? Is this all the hard work, the community stuff, the reputation, all that for some group chat homies and some booty, huh?
Some what?
You're going out bad, bro. You're going out bad. This is bad, bro. You're going out horrible.
Like that.
But I'm saying, but most men in the dating show,
no, you haven't asked me that. The only thing you asked me to bring was, but see, I'm saying.
But we saying we grown. What are we talking about?
We're going in a sequence of events. You're talking about something that happened last week in regards to this New Jersey trip. This was not nothing back in May, early May or anything. This was just last week. This was just Friday. So I like a timeline. We're not moving on a timeline. You know, I think that's kind of one of the reasons why we probably wouldn't work out is because you're not organized and you're like a hash brown. You're kind of scattered everywhere.
Dang.
You got the greatest sense. You got the greatest sense.
Okay.
But you talked about, you literally,
too much
you're not my standard. You have the greatest sense being from the South, and it's great. It's great wordplay. But literally, as a grown woman, you said you didn't want somebody breaking in your Airbnb. I've as an ex-basketball player, we've flown women out all the time, disrespectfully.
Sir, this is why I can't stand when people say it, because it happens to me, it doesn't happen. Sir, people get robbed in Airbnbs all the time. We watched look on our channel. We have a UDY reaction where we're watching UDY try to catch a cheater, and the owner of the Airbnb walks onto the set of while they're trying to catch the cheater, puts their whole situation on blast. Like, yeah, I'm the one who owns this place.
This is not even just Airbnbs. We literally just had family fly out to Indy, and somebody walked into their hotel room while they were getting dressed.
That part. So the UDY guy walks on there, messes up the whole set, then proceeds without calling or alerting the people who just rented out the Airbnb for that day. They rented out. He comes in, brings his food in, and then walks downstairs to the attic mid-recording. And they're like, yo, he didn't call me. He didn't text me. He's not supposed to be here. Mm-hmm. So what makes you think, with that being online, and she's a single black woman in a state she's never been,
checked in as one guest,
going for a man that sneak dissing her in a group chat, you could be the back door. She doesn't know you.
Yep.
And for you to be a grown adult man talking about because nobody came and robbed and attacked the 6 foot plus NBA superstar, then it must not happen at all. Are you? All right, man.
I've as an ex-basketball player, we've flown women out all the time, disrespectfully. I've never had somebody tell me they was concerned about somebody breaking them in their Airbnb. Like, that's not my standard. That's not how I carry myself. That's not the world I come from. So, like, for her saying this type of thing, it was like, damn, she must have dealt with some trauma with niggas and broken her shit. Like,
she's a woman.
You're gaslighting, bro. You're gaslighting real bad right now.
It's a woman.
Eesh.
It's a woman. You're an athlete.
And just because most of the women that you offered to fly out were willing to take it,
doesn't mean she was.
Doesn't mean she was. She's not every woman that you've flown out while you were a basketball player.
But that also tells a lot about the quality of women that you're bringing around you, because they don't care about their own safety, that they just fly anywhere. Bro, do you know how many women and children go missing a day?
Two.
A day. Are you dumb? Bro, there's no way. Bro, there's no way he doesn't live in reality. In the United States, over 270,000 women and girls are reported missing each year. Do I need to dumb it down even more for you, gangster? My fault. I'll help you. Let me help you out. 270,000, right? I know I'm typing a lot. It might be a lot. Divided by 365. 739 women go missing a day. Round it up because it's a 7. 740 women go missing a day in the US. That's not even around the world. A day. And you're sitting here trying to gaslight her because she doesn't want to travel to another state and go in your Airbnb because you already admitted you have no romantic interest in her. So by you having no romantic interest in her, what is the grounds that you're going to protect her? And then it's obvious you're flying her out as a booty call. Let's call a spade a spade. You're goofy. This brother's not real, man. The people we make famous.
That's not even who I am.
Okay.
So it threw me for a loop. If I'm being honest. So you take shots and say I'm disorganized. As an athlete, I live my life on an itinerary.
I think the world is going to be
one
able to
second.
hear your disorganization.
Let me try to get everything that's going on because there's too much going on right now. So from the date you guys had when you went to brunch or breakfast, you both went back to your homes. You continue to talk. However, at one point after you guys continued to talk, did that just then switch over to it just now being friends?
No. Arlette, can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. When we had that conversation, after those conversations, Derrick said that he went into a friend mode.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick was texting me that he's falling in love with me. So which is it? Are you?
And you're caught.
Every time she says something, he reacts that way, and it's so irritating because she's not doing that to him. Normally, it'd be the other way around.
Because he's caught. Hit dogs holler.
Yeah.
And he got hit. So you ever seen them videos where they be sniping the little mice and possums with the little BB gun?
Yeah.
And they be falling off bro, he been hit so many times, he not moving no more.
Are you? Can I talk? Can I talk?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
You go from being, I'm in a friend zone, but you're falling in love with me for real, for real. Again, I have the messages. So which is it? Were you in friend zone or were you falling in love with me? It wasn't until I stated to Derrick that I am looking for love. That's when Derrick states to me, oh, you were for real. Oh, let me get serious now. Okay? From the go, Derrick I think he has almost like an obsession with his second kid's mother. For one,
Oh, that triggered.
Yeah.
That triggered. You
Yep.
just hit a trigger.
Yep.
You just had it. But you know what? You brung up her ex-partner first.
Yep.
You brung it up first. If you would have never brung up her ex-partner, we would not be even defending her right now. But it's fair game. I don't believe in tit for tat, but I understand why it exists.
His body language is telling everything. It's saying a lot without saying anything at all. So he don't even need to say anything.
He unraveling.
He's stumped. Yeah.
He's unraveling.
I never spoke about kids on the show, but to learn that someone has a 2-year-old lets me know that there's still active, possible relations amongst, the two, who are co-parenting. I don't feel like Derrick's a bad guy, but again, Derrick does a lot of Gerald's talking. You're just kind of everywhere or whatnot. So it's kind of hard to gather and understand what he's talking about. Now, we want to move further along. What also got me is him constantly stating to me he's just not starting back to date black women.
Ooh! You not finna have me be no pick me. You not finna have me be no test dummy, no guinea pig, no test hamster. No sirree, Bob.
It explains a lot. And you know what's crazy? He's fitting into every single stereotype that they say about athletes. He's falling into every single athlete stereotype. They don't date black women. They're irresponsible. They don't know how to act in public.
They're entitled. And then they have no grasp on reality. He's doing what every athlete does. Every stereotypical athlete does. He talking about I live on a schedule. I live on this, bro. When you're an athlete, even when you go to college, because I did college sports, you still have people constantly telling you what you need to do. You have coaches constantly calling you. You have team managers. You have the support. You have the trainers. You have everybody constantly sending you messages, DMs, letting you know this is the schedule. This is what you need to eat. Make sure you're here. Yo, your class is at this. Don't miss this class. Bro, you have people in your ear all the time. Yep. I was a team captain in high school. And I was still getting all those alerts about everything. Yo, your teammates are this. You need to make sure they're this. Hey, we heard about this. Go check on this. Bro, so it's like I can only imagine as a professional athlete where you're a part of a company, a brand, and if you do something stupid, you affect that whole brand. I imagine they're even on you even worse because you guys have PR managers. Mm-hmm. So you're trying to tell me a guy who has to have a PR manager, a manager for all his business-related things, a contractual manager, basically. You're telling me all that, and I'm supposed to believe he's the most organized person? No, there's a difference between being in an environment where people keep things organized and being organized yourself. Yeah.
I don't need to constantly hear that you're back and forth. You're excited, like it's a privilege to be communicating with you because I'm a black woman. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then while he's sitting here stating this as if I'm that I spoke about my safety, you're right, Arlette. My safety is always going to be a concern when I'm flying miles and miles away from home by myself with a flight that's 12:50 a.m. in the morning.
Oh. You got her a 1 a.m. flight? Mm-hmm. You got her a 1 a.m. flight?
Yeah.
Ain't that the cheapest flight? The later you fly, the cheaper it is because less people want those time slots?
Sometimes, yes. Depending on what airline you're flying through.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He did bad.
And we agreed upon a hotel, and you're wanting me to stay.
That's not an evening.
I talked without interrupting you. Can I talk?
That part.
Thank you. You're telling me to fly into New York at 12:50 a.m. in the morning by myself. Then you want me to go stay at an Airbnb. All I asked was, could you send me the address of this Airbnb? You would have thought I asked him for $50 million. He just went berserk, talking loud, I spent this amount of money. The flight itself said $327. I'm trying to understand, how did we get to $1,500 from $327? Now, let's also acknowledge and highlight the flight was not booked the reservation was not made under his name. It was made up under a Mike somebody name.
Nah. Nah,
bro. Nah. She did right. She did completely right.
Mm-hmm.
She did completely right. She did completely right by not going.
Because a lot of stuff people would have glossed over.
Yeah, that's another thing. If you say you're gonna buy me a flight, your name needs to be on there. I just had a guy try to we tried to hire an editor for our thing. He talking about some you guys can send the footage and stuff that needs to be edited to my email. First off, his email was a completely different name, first and last name,
than the interview name that we had.
Than the interview name he gave us, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, cool. Maybe some people do, internet aliases, right? Then he was like, yo, for my payment, I need you guys to send me it on PayPal, friends and family. And then he sent me a PayPal, which was a completely different guy's name.
And when you do PayPal through friends and family,
you can't get refund.
Money, you can't get refund.
So he gave me 3 different it's not like he made a video game first and last name, like, oh, like the 7 guy, blah blah blah.
Like Kite is your alias.
Right, like Kite is my alias. It wasn't like it was Kite. It was first name, last name. For example, it was like Armando Johnson, right? Then he interviewed Kevon Smith, right? Then his email was
Mike Douglas.
Mike Douglas, yeah. It's like, bro, all 3 of those, you know what I did? Report, spam.
I avoided that contract so quick.
Yeah, bro, don't play. I don't trust nobody. If you tell me your name is John Smith, when I see your email, it better say Johnny something, J Smoney or whatever. And then when I see you buy me a ticket or something, or you buy me a business trip, it better say James whatever or John whatever, something close to your name.
Under Hopper. So that was a red flag to me as well. Why would you book me a flight under somebody else's name?
My assistant.
You don't have a debit card. You don't have a credit.
And now you admit you have an assistant, so you're not organized. You're not organized, and she doesn't know your assistant.
Yeah,
he did that.
Credit card, but then you tell me all of this information about how you have this kind of money. My thing is this, Arlette.
What kind of money that's for your head?
Derrick, please, Derrick, let's let her finish.
Oh my God,
can I talk?
Since the beginning.
But
she's been talking since the beginning. You talked majority of the video.
All of this stuff, he tries to lead with money. Okay. Now, when I make you write a check that you can cash, the first thing he brought up was, so what are you paying to come out here? No, sweetie, you invited me to New Jersey. So if a man offers to fly me out, most men know that's on me. That's on him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If you invite somebody, you pay.
Okay? Or at least go half.
Now, there's a difference between if y'all are both sitting here making the game plan, like, oh, I want you to do this and let's do this together, and y'all make the game plan, it's understandable to go half.
Yeah.
But if you tell somebody, hey, you come out here, I got you, you have to have them. You shouldn't say, I got you, don't worry about it. I just want you out here, don't trip, just get out here. And then the second they get out here, so what you finna put in? If you would have told me I had to prepare to put in for myself, I would have put in for myself. No problem with that. But don't sit there and bring me out and then gaslight me because you paid. Like, I did all that for you. I can't even get none. That's manipulation, bro. You're weird. You're a weirdo. That's weird.
Ask me, what would I pay? You ask me, what would I pay? So then you tell me you have mouths to feed. You're trying to get custody of your daughter. I mean, I've worked
not at this point, I'm a
11
friend.
years. I worked family court for 11 years. A lawyer for a family court is the most inexpensive lawyer you can buy. That's the most inexpensive lawyer that you could purchase. So he goes on, he state all this stuff. So again, the flight was $327. Where did the $1,500 come from? Am I wrong for being concerned about my safety? We're in New Jersey here. Crime is not
Savannah,
low in New Jersey. So then he tells me,
let's take a break and let's actually hear from Derrick, and then we'll come back over to you because I know he wants to kind of clear his name as well. So Derrick, go ahead. If there's anything that was said that you want to clear up on.
Scream so loud.
This is why most athletes, when we talk about the culture, that's why I came on the show, trouble, hate white women.
Nah, you couldn't wait to take it there.
You're an idiot.
You just
you don't even know the damage you just did, because all you just told us right now is that the reason why athletes date Caucasian women is because they're easier to take advantage of. That's all you just told us right now. You just snitched. You just told us right now the reason why all the athletes go for Caucasian women is because it's easier to get away with what y'all trying to do. They just go along with it. They just let it happen. That's why y'all don't like black women, because black women are not going to fall for that crap. And now you're telling everything she just said about you, you just proved it. Why did you come to a black culture show? You're a clout demon. You came to a black culture show knowing you don't like black women. You don't like black women. And now you're mad and you're getting aggressive. I bet you're not giving these white women this aggression. You're mad at her because she's bringing receipts that you did. And you got the nerve to talk about maybe she got PTSD or maybe she got some trauma or something because she don't want to go to my Airbnb. No, you've been dealing with women you can take advantage of. And you finally got a woman who was educated. She was a lawyer for 12 years. You got an educated black woman and you can't do your crime on her. You can't do your slick everything on her.
He thought he was gonna be out here tricking.
Yeah. Nah, bro, you did bad.
He said bad.
You did bad, OG.
Everything I'm hearing about, she has a younger son, and that's trauma. That's trauma. That's baggage from somebody else she dated that probably had a younger child that she's experienced.
And then he's gaslighting bad.
You're disrespecting black women in front of a black woman who's the host.
Nah, bro.
You goofy.
It's the same repetitive stuff. I've never had, and we're just talking the topic, like, I've never had a white girl talk about her safety. She feels safe with me. It's never been an issue where it's like, but it's this trauma. She's like, yo, ever since,
let's see how far that goes.
She's been trying to count my dollars because I don't work a regular 9 to 5. So I'm disorganized because I'm not punching the clock like she does.
She never said nothing about the 9 to 5s.
See, you're grasping straws here, buddy, and you're not making any sense. You're not making a lick of sense.
She never said nothing about your 9 to 5. What are you talking about?
He's throwing jabs at her because she clocks in for a 9 to 5. So you're saying only people that work 9 to 5 are organized people?
Bro, this dude,
with whatever great, fantastic career she has. Not knocking any career woman. My mom's had a 30, 35-year-old career, but my ambitions, like I told you.
Hold on, I'm finished talking. We gotta let him finish too.
Talking. We talked about it on the show. I said, nonprofit, production company. I speak. I was with my professor the other day. She's a Harvard professor. I speak to kids for $3,000 an hour on a day. So it's like I don't have speeches every single day, but
why do you have to be paid to teach the youth? Most people that I've seen that I be checking out that do these youth counseling programs, and they go school to school, they don't charge. They get donations. Why are you charging to speak to the youth?
3,000 is crazy work.
You're charging $3,000 just to speak to the youth? You don't care about black culture. You don't care about it like you say you do. Because now look how you talk to our women. Look how you treat our women. This is why we don't date black women.
Don't date us then.
I don't want you teaching the youth nothing. You hate your own people. Don't teach my youth nothing.
From your actions.
I gotta pay you to come put a facade up to my kids. You don't like our women.
Based on your actions.
You don't like your culture. Don't teach my kids nothing. You're sick.
In the midst, I'm at the library. I'm doing yoga at the gym. You know, I'm taking care of my kids. So to the normal person, it may look like, yo, he's all over the place. But if I'm managing my life and the people that I take care of, my first baby mom, my second baby mom, the woman I'm looking for now, I don't have any issues. So like when she's projecting, I'm like, yo, this is the first time I've ever heard this. You know, certain things, and it's like, man, maybe I came back to the culture too late, because I'm like,
don't blame the culture because you're trash. It's not the culture, bruh. You just, oh my God, bro.
You're the definition of black fatigue.
No, that's not, no. Black fatigue is not, no, we're not using the white people definition of what black fatigue is. Black fatigue is when we complain about the fatigue that comes from systematic oppression towards us.
Oh, that's what that is?
Don't let these other races change what black fatigue was supposed to be. We're not going to let them get that. I'm tired of that crap. What he is he's the definition of all these dudes that come on here talking about don't date black women, don't go for black women, go get your passports, don't do this,
bros.
Stay away from, not even passport bros, because I'm not trying to throw a whole category, because there are some men who get their passports and they go to other countries and find wives, not because they dislike the culture, but they just like other types of women.
Yeah.
And I don't want to shame people for that. But what I will shame for is the people that tell people to run and escape and get away from black women and avoid black women. Stay away from black women. Go over there, go get you an Asian woman because these black women ain't no good. You are the problem. You're the prime example of it. Y'all hate y'all culture. Y'all hate black people. And it's sick. If you don't like us, get out. If you don't like black women or black men, get the freak out of this space. Don't sit there and rag and drag black culture for months and months and months and then still want to be at the cookout and break bread. Can I barbecue? No, get the freak out. You don't like black culture? Get out. Because if you like black culture, you got to take the bad and the good. You got to take the negative stereotypes and the positive stereotypes. You don't get to choose what part of black culture you like and then throw away the rest. Like, oh yeah, man, I love being black. Support my business. But I can't stand them black women though. Get the freak out. Get out. Don't come back over here. Scum.
I don't know black women as well as I should, and that's on me. So some of the things that I probably, the way I was talking to Sevena, maybe I did get a little aggressive. I'm a very passionate, most people have dealt with athletes. I'm a very passionate person. So at one point, maybe I did raise my voice to Sevena and I made her feel uncomfortable over the phone. And it wasn't really about the money, but it was like, yo, you're just I'm not even, just because I'm an athlete, you think I have money.
Nobody cares.
You're the only one bringing it up.
Oh my gosh.
She's not bringing up the athlete. Bro, he's making me mad, bro.
When was the last time he was in the NBA?
Bro, he ain't been in the NBA in years.
Why is he still bringing it up then?
Because he can't let it go.
You're not an active athlete. Like, nobody cares.
3 years after they play basketball. I haven't been in the league for 10 years now, 15 years.
Okay, so why are you still bringing it up?
I've made a lot of adjustments with how I spend my money. And just because I have money doesn't mean I'm just going to blow it. I'm not a strip club guy. I don't do that. That's not what
are you talking about?
I like to spend my money frugally. So it lasts. So it's just like, you know, for you to be like, oh, child court is the least expensive. That's more baggage and trauma. What other court have you been into?
She just said she was the... So you can't even listen? She just said she was the lawyer. She was one. Oh
she worked in those offices.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Talking about this, like you know so many details about the system in court. This is my first time dealing with any of this court shit. And it's costing me more money than I want to spend to see my child. That's all I know.
Then stop getting women you think you can take advantage of and do whatever and act the way you want to act. And then when they leave your goofy tail, like what happens to a lot of athletes, here's the part y'all don't want to admit about you athletes that only go for these Caucasian women that don't like dealing with black women. it be y'all that be getting screwed over. And then y'all be on these podcasts talking about how y'all, the black culture need to come together and support y'all. It's a white woman doing a black man dirty. You the one who wanted to sleep with her. How about you keep your meat in your pants and stop going for other cultures thinking that, oh yeah, they let me talk to them this way. They let me do this way. They'll do anything I want. And then you're surprised Pikachu face when she takes 50% of everything you got.
I said, Dad, my record is clean. And so what I'm dealing with in court right now, it's bothering me that my character still seems to be attacked by this black woman. It's crazy. When I only try to treat you with kindness, Jensen, that's what I said. You said that I fall in love with you. Maybe I was texting somebody else because somebody else reached out to me from the show.
Oh my gosh, bro. This guy
accountability is so hard to find nowadays, and it shows.
And this just made you look even worse.
How do you accidentally text I love you to somebody else, thinking that it's somebody else?
That means while you were sitting there talking to her, you was building a relationship with somebody else.
From the show.
Now everything you say it really don't matter. You're scummy.
That is more in alignment, to be honest with you. That I've just been cool with. Again, I'm not dating, you know what I mean? But it's like, I'm just mind-boggling right now what I'm hearing, what you're saying right now.
You're getting caught. That's what it is.
That's all I have.
Okay. And then I think she mentioned something about a ticket. The ticket was booked under someone else's name or something like that.
I have a system that with this basketball stuff because I'm only one person. So I have a team of people that help me. I have people that help me with my media right now. People that's helping me with my nonprofit, with my basketball stuff. And my assistant coach, Mike Pinero, who works for the airlines, he's actually one who's like, hey, you can actually save a few $100 if you go through Hopper. Because I was just going through Expedia just how I came out there to Phoenix. And I was going to buy the whole thing, like a package deal with the flight and the hotel. And I had a room at a loft where I stayed, where you guys told me to stay in Phoenix. So I was like, oh, that's a nice loft in a hotel in New York. But it was 400 square feet. So I'm thinking, even though it had a city view.
400 square feet?
That's just like.
That's this room.
Yeah. That's all she needs.
He gassing it up like he bought her like this extravagant thing. Bro, our office is bigger than that. This office is like. This office is at least like 500.
Yeah. Yeah, because that closet would be a bathroom technically. Like an apartment.
Boy, you got me messed up.
And she's coming from Alabama. I was like, yo, that'd be nice. But I was like, I'm from New Jersey. Like most New Yorkers now, everybody's transitioning to New Jersey to once a family. It's more space over here. It's the suburbs. It's not as much chaos going on. So I told her, I said, hey, I'll get you an Airbnb with a suite and a pool. I got a house with a pool. Instead of a 400 square foot box she was going to be in.
I want to ask you to do that.
It's like, and like you said, if I'm paying for everything, it's just so like, if I'm saying like, hey, I'm paying for the gas, the food, I'm gonna drive across country to come get you, you my love, and then I pull up in the RV, you like, where's the limo? Like I'm not getting in that piece of.
You're making
so
assumptions.
Like, damn, like I took care.
You're trying to make your argument sound so good, and she never made that argument. You're trying to bring up this, maybe her standards are too high because she called you out for bringing a JBL speaker to your dinner date. Yeah. You're bumping Chris Breezy in a restaurant on a speaker.
Somebody pull up in the RV versus the limo. I'm taking the RV. It got a bed. It got a bathroom. It got a kitchen. It got a living room. I'm taking the RV. Let's go.
A trip. And then you was like, yo, there's no hotel. And sorry, this last name I'm leave with. With the Airbnb, if you book an Airbnb, a lot of time until the host approve you, they don't give you their address until they check all your credentials as a.
So you didn't book it. Then how did you book it?
How'd you book it? How'd you know?
So you just admitted you were booking it on the fly? She was gonna fly out and the Airbnb wasn't confirmed?
That doesn't make any sense.
Bro, he's capping.
There, so I didn't have the address for you at the time. I was like, I didn't have the address until
so
the.
You told me you've been talking to the lady, and that they thought I was crazy because you told her I was from Alabama.
Once I got that text message that the next morning you said you wasn't coming, then I started texting. I was like, I was telling her your concerns. This was the next day once you told me you wasn't coming.
That was not it, Derrick. That was the same day. I was at a hair appointment. I remember this stuff. First off, you told me that you originally said that you booked a loft. Then you texted and you said they were out of rooms. You didn't tell me until Friday, the day that I was supposed to fly out. My flight was scheduled at 7:50. You didn't tell me until 9 o'clock that morning that you had gotten an Airbnb. At that point, I asked you. You said I've already booked it. It's already laid out. Bring a swimsuit. I told you I'm allergic to chlorine, but I'll bring a swimsuit. You stated at that point. Well, no, you stated at that point. That's when you start getting loudmouth. I'm paying for everything. Da da this and da da that. I said, well, if it's a problem, I will find my place. I will find me somewhere to stay. You said, well, it's okay. I'll just put you in a 3-star hotel on the side of the road, but I'm not coming back and forth.
Yo. When are we gonna hold black men? I'm speaking of black men. When are we gonna hold ourselves accountable for how we treat our black women? When are we gonna hold other black men accountable for how they treat black women? When are we gonna stand up and say, yo, this is weird? When are we gonna stand up and say, this ain't it?
When they feel like black women aren't the problem to begin with.
Because if this is happening at a level where it's the athletes, imagine what's happening at the level where it's the young trappers. Imagine what it's like in the level where it's these rappers, these music producers. This is crazy. And the fact that I guarantee you there's men on the internet right now and they probably feel like this is her fault and she wrong and she should have shut up and just let her do it. He's yelling at a woman he doesn't know on the phone. And then you say, I'm about to get you a little 3-star hotel on the side of the road. Who are you talking to?
We know exactly which ones he talking about too. Them little motels that be on the highway.
And this is supposed to be somebody that and then you talking about maybe I texted I love you to somebody else I was talking to. What? You're sick.
Hold on, let me talk. You said, I'm not coming back and forth to pick your ass up. That's what you told me. Then on top of that, no. On top of that, why would I want to go somewhere and stay with someone who told me that I have all this trauma, but I'm sitting here with that you are a privileged N-word. That's what you called yourself.
And you know where you got that from? You being up in them white spaces where they hit you with the good boy. Good boy. You're one of those good ones. You're a good one. Take care of that white girl now, good boy. You're a good one. Go back over there then. Get out of the black spaces. Go back over there. You good, bro. Go over there. You straight. Don't come back over here, man. We straight. We'll figure it out ourselves over here, man.
They don't be wanting them over there either like that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the sad part too.
You over here, bro.
Have y'all act like that? I've been around Caucasian women that have dated black men, but they were not like really attracted to black men.
They talk about them gritty.
Y'all haven't been around them type of women.
Bro, we had a chick in the warehouse that was dating a black dude. Only reason why she gave a crap was because it's meat. Everything else, she called him the N-word, every other word possible. And she talked about him on a daily.
She talked about him like a dog.
That was a badge of honor to call yourself a privileged N-word.
What's wrong with being privileged? That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of
but black you said it like it was just amazing. Oh, I'm a privileged N.
Like I'm saying, I'm saying you have no words.
Of lawyers, doctors,
I'm saying you have no words. I'm saying that thing. I'm not saying you don't.
Want me to be
I wasn't trying to,
budget.
Guys,
I wasn't trying to judge you in that moment.
Let's be civilized.
I wasn't trying to judge you in that moment. I was trying to tell you had no worries.
You can never talk with me.
You wasn't coming to maybe the environment you was telling me you grew up in. That's what I was trying to tell you. You didn't have to worry about that. You didn't have to worry about somebody breaking into your Airbnb. There wasn't an issue with me.
Sweetie, I haven't lived in that demographic since I was 11 years old.
I don't know. I'm not judging you. That regardless if you're there or not. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying
But
is,
you were first to bring it up.
so
It's
by
like
me saying
making
I'm
make
privileged, what does
sense.
that mean to you?
You
It
talking
triggers
out
you.
your neck, and you
Why do
talking
you keep
regular.
trying to insinuate
Okay,
she got
so Sevena,
trauma, bro? That's another thing I don't like. When stuff don't go people's way in these types of spaces, people will say words to try to like get a rise out of somebody, to poke and pick with the bear to see if they're gonna get triggered off of what they're saying. You keep saying all these things like maybe you got trauma, maybe you got baggage, maybe you got this. You're saying all the stuff that they always say to black women on a regular, on a daily. This ain't nothing new. Come up with something else. Because she's not triggered by you. She's not triggered about nothing that you're saying. She's trying to correct you where you're wrong and what you're saying. You've been emotional and irate and dramatic this whole time. She's been in the same tone, the same pitch the whole time.
And just how easy it is, here's just how easy and quick it is for you to raise your voice and get angry and yell in front of Arlette. I can only imagine how you was talking to her on the phone.
Just like that.
You ended up letting him know you're no longer coming after you're saying like he kind of told you all of these things over the phone.
When I started hearing that, Arlette, I look, my friends are kind of saying like that's a red flag. You don't want to get all the way there. A person ghosts you. You don't know where you are. You're staying at an Airbnb. I see all these stories. People having cameras in Airbnb. People, burglarizing Airbnbs. It happens. Whether you want to highlight it or not. Crime can happen anywhere, anytime, any place.
Be quiet.
They got robbed in a hotel.
Be quiet. You always got a rebuttal. Dang. He is irritating to listen to. And she's not even insinuating that it's him that's gonna do it. That's just how it is in general. There's like fake housing on Airbnb. There are people that run scams through Airbnb.
Yes, petty crimes and crimes of opportunity happen all the time. And also an alarm and cameras. I used to host a guest house. We had extensive security system. Do you know how many guests were bothered to even set the alarm? About 2%. They were all from Central America or have lived here in the past. That should say a lot. We were robbed the first week at a CNR at an AMB. Only once about 10 years ago in PV, I had stuff stolen from hotel rooms. Just stayed in an amazing Airbnb. Cool. Our Airbnb had a big fence of razor wire around it and a safe to use, no problems. I'm in an Airbnb in Costa Rica right now. I left my shoes on the back patio and one of my shoes disappeared. I think it was a dog. Wild dogs everywhere here. It's possible. I don't think it's all that common. I just got back from an eight-day trip to CR. I opted to a hostel instead of an Airbnb for this reason. I stayed in dozen Airbnbs. Never a problem. Mostly I don't bring anything of value. Okay.
You shouldn't even have to operate like that though. It's like that for a reason.
While rare, robberies can occur at Airbnb properties. Hosts and guests should be aware of potential safety risk and take precautions. Airbnbs provides host liability protection and has policies to support the community members in the event of a safety incident. Sir, by your logic, this is the same logic people argue. Well, I don't get in a car. I've never been in a car crash a day in my life, so why should I have to wear a seatbelt? It don't happen to me.
Why do I need car insurance if I never crashed my car?
Why do I need to teach gun safety if I've never been shot?
Well, this episode is painful.
It's sad.
I don't feel safe. Who invited? Now, I could see if he had invited me out or the second or third time we've been on a date and someone says, I'm going to get you an Airbnb. But the first time, and you don't even care about my safety, even when booking this flight, you never said, well, hey, 7:30 is going to be a late flight, but you get in at 12:50 a.m. in the morning. Is that a problem? I've never flown at 12:50 in the morning. Everybody know that's when you get the cheaper flights at night.
No.
So where is this 15? I'm still trying to my math ain't mathing. I'm trying to understand where is this $1,500 coming from 327 because that's what the receipt said.
Yo, you still stuck on the 15? I'm not even worried about the $1,500, sweetheart.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not
not
worried about
because
it.
you said that you had to feed Miles in your house.
What
Okay,
I'm
this
saying is,
another thing,
I'm
Arlette. He
responsible.
originally wanted me to stay with him at his grandma's house because he lived with his
Not
grandma.
true.
Oh my god. It's getting worse and worse, bro. You were better off just not starting the beef.
She said it's another thing, LA.
Brother, if you was doing all this, I would have came on here and I wouldn't have said nothing. I'd just been like, yeah, it just didn't work out. It's my fault.
Oh,
I'd have said anything to not
gosh.
get aired out like this. This boy.
Sometimes your mouth be your worst.
Tool, man.
Yeah.
He wanted me to stay at his grandma's house in a guest room. Now, who
That might go by.
invites
That's
somebody
good.
they're trying to impress and somebody who they care about to come to their grandma's house and stay in a guest room?
That's
If I'm
made
lying,
up.
I'm flying, and I don't have wings, Arlette.
Look,
I don't have wings.
Okay, go ahead,
Arlette,
Derrick. Go ahead.
I have somebody else staying, living there. So that's made up. I might have told her that I stay with my grandmother. I help my grandmother out. My family have multiple family homes. My uncle lives around the corner. My cousin lives down the street. My sister has a house and we have 5 family houses. That why buy another house? I have a house in Florida that I'm dealing with my mother's child. We can really technical here, but it's like I would never suggest that you staying at my grandmother's house. So that's a lie.
You told me to stay there, and I told
It's a
you
lie.
I'm not staying at your grandmama's house.
We'll stop that there. It's a lie. I don't want to entertain it.
Savina, let's let him finish.
Won't even entertain
Go ahead,
it. That
Derrick.
sounds good.
She ain't lied this entire video. Everything she said, she been having receipts to back up. So all of a sudden we supposed to just believe she been lying now? This is the same person that just said,
Maybe I was texting somebody else on the show.
this is the same person that said, I ain't never been robbed in an Airbnb, so I don't understand why she worried about being robbed in an Airbnb. Now I'm supposed to believe that you didn't throw out the grandma, sis? You just threatened her and told her, I'm about to throw you in a 3-star hotel on the side of the road. You don't think you brung up the grandma thing? Why would she know?
He needs to stop tapping his head every time he throws a point out, because every time he throw one out, it be something stupid.
It's him trying to calibrate some stupidity.
Yeah, just...
Okay.
Yo.
So after she told you she's no longer coming, the trip was canceled. What happened after that? Did you guys stop talking or?
Yo, peace be with you. All love, peace be with
Okay.
you. No hard feelings. Peace be with you.
Yeah, I sent him a text message and I stated, I highlighted, I don't respect is due to a dog. I don't like nobody
There's another good
raising their
thing.
voice at me. I don't like
No.
nobody raising their voice at me. For a person to tell me they're not coming back and forth to pick me up, they're not picking my ass up from
It's
no
so
hotel because they're complaining about gas and travel,
Play
etc.
my guest.
That was kind of like, oh yeah, bring your credit
Arlette.
card. I know to do that. I don't need you
Arlette.
to tell me that.
Arlette, have you ever
You
been to
know,
New York? Have you ever been to New York, Arlette? Because she hasn't. Have you ever been to New
I've
York?
been twice.
You told me, so then you're lying.
You never
told me you've never been
asked
to
me
New York.
have I been to
I
New
did.
York.
That was the conversation we had.
All right. So from what I'm hearing, after Sevena canceled or said she was no longer coming, that was the end of that. You guys no longer spoke after that conversation.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge. Maybe she did speak to me.
He
And
sent me
there's another chat somewhere. That
Sorry,
I
Sevena.
said
Let's let Derrick
something.
finish.
Maybe there's another chat in the chat room, and I said something to her in the chat room that was.
Don't try to gaslight us. She got the receipts. Don't gaslight us.
Have I talked to you since our last conversation?
Well, let
He
her
just
finish.
sent me a DM that stated something along the lines of "I broke his heart" or something,
I knew it was
or
something.
his feelings or something. And
You knew it because you said it, Goofy. I knew she was gonna bring that up. I knew it. So you said it. You said it. Bro.
that was it.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, he just didn't make me want to talk to him.
I
He
wouldn't
didn't
want to
give
talk
me
to him
nothing
either.
that really just interested that stood out to make me want to continue to communicate with him. I don't feel like he really wanted to align with me. Again, as much as he keeps speaking about Jasmine, if you're watching this, please give Derrick a call.
I
Message him.
talked about
Jasmine, don't do that to
Jasmine
yourself.
for you. Oh my God.
All right. Anyway, for us
Girl,
to wrap
don't
this
even
up
do that to
on a
yourself.
better note, are you guys working on any projects or, anything that you're working on that we can support you on? Sevena, let's start with you.
I'm just a simple 9 to 5 girl. I'm still mentoring my babies. I'm possibly in between jobs, doing family intervention work, more so working with youth and creating individualized service plans for youth to, combat crime in the city, gang related activity, promiscuous behavior, things of that nature. Again, I'm just a plain Jane from my city.
And Derrick, what about?
We don't need to hear what you got going. I don't give no craps about what you got going, Derrick.
Oh
I
my
ain't
gosh,
I ain't gonna lie.
this catch-up
I
was
don't give a crap.
exhausting.
I don't give a crap what Derrick got to say. Unless he about to hold on.
No,
About
finish
for
the
yourself.
video. Be fair.
I'm not giving
being
him.
that the show,
I'm not giving nobody who disrespects black women
Okay, that's
any
fine.
fair anything.
All right, that's you, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if he was gonna try to be petty and get his last
so
little.
kind of set me on fire. Like I still want love. I still genuinely want to lie with somebody that's.
All right, yeah, I'm not about to get
No,
gaslit.
he's trying to get back on.
I'm
the
not
show.
getting gaslit.
All right, bye, bye, Derrick.
I'm gonna say this right here. Yeah, man, he just did bad, bro. I don't approve of this. I don't rock with this. Buddy know he wrong for this. And I pray there is not men that are sitting there listening to this going, yeah, he's right, because you're cooked.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.